So good evening, everyone. I'm sure we'll have more people joining us. It's only 1 minute past, but just yeah, very warm welcome to our meeting this evening. Lovely to see so many of you and potentially so many new faces. I know lots of you got your cameras off, which is fine if you're naked or if you got your hair in rollers or something. But if you can put your camera on, it would be really nice because it's much nicer to see people's faces and just see a name on a screen. Particularly if I'm recognizing you for something or you've qualified or whatever. It's so lovely for us all to actually be able to put faces to names. And sadly, Zoom is as good as we get for our regular team meetings at the moment, particularly because we're so spread out now as a team. So I have asked in the chat, if you want to just put your name in the chat and where you live, that'd be really good. And just have a look down and see if there's anyone that lives near you that you could perhaps buddy up with as well, because we know that it's really good to get together face to face. So I have just come off a senior group leader meeting talking about some announcements for Amplify. So I've got to keep my mouth shut, but I'm going to tease you like I always do, but I'm not allowed to say too much. But anyway, I just want to say, massive well done. First of all, massive welcome to all the new team members. I know you're not all on here, but if you're watching this on catch up, a huge warm welcome if this is your first team meeting. As a team, we actually brought in 61 new partners in August, which is pretty incredible when you think last August, we as a team, we grew by 3. It was 3 last year and 61 this year. So I think that gives us all a little bit of an indication of what's happening in the country and what's happening potentially with our business and what will be happening over the next months and years. So that's really exciting. So first of all, very, very warm welcome to you. A big part of tonight is some nice celebration and recognition of those people in August that really did smash it out of the park. Now I know recognition can, if you're not the one being recognized, can feel pretty rubbish. I've been there many, many times myself, so I do understand that. So please remember that the reason we're recognizing people and the reason we want to speak to them this evening is just to help all of you that might feel you're not getting on, quite as well as they are. All right. So yes, it's to say well done to them, but more importantly, is to grab hold of them and say, come on, what did you do then? What did you do that we could all do? All right. So that's the main reason for the recognition. And also, I know that as a team, we are super helpful. So if you see a name and you see someone that's done really well, you can always reach out to them privately as well and just say, would you just run your eyes over this script I'm using? Or is there something I'm doing that perhaps is not working? So it's really, really good to be able to help each other. So we're just going to dive straight into the recognition start with, and then I've got a few bits of training stuff and hopefully some things that's going to help you all get loads more appointments in your diary through September. So first of all, a huge well done to Roshni for achieving Future Team Leader this month. I've just actually spoken to her 2 minutes ago. She's just signed up a customer and she can't make it onto the meeting, but she's probably going to watch the recording. So well done, Roshni. That was really, really good. And she's just, like I say, just signed up a customer now. And a huge well done to Emily Smith. Well done, Emily, for achieving Flying Club this month. Now we're going to hear a bit more from Emily later on because that was only a tiny bit of her achievements in August. She's been absolutely smashing it. So really, really well done, Emily. And we'll come back to you in a second. And then well done to the people that have got to qualified distributor in the last couple of weeks. So that's Happiness, Salma, Sam, McCougan, and Steph. So well done to you guys as well for getting to qualified distributor. So for those brand new people, qualified distributor is 3 customers. And the important thing about that is that's when you get paid, you start to get the residual income. And also, as far as it goes with all of us building our teams, qualified distributors are those little pieces of the jigsaw puzzle, if you like, to move up the stairway to success. So it's really important that if you bring a team member in, you introduce someone to the business, that you work super hard to make sure that you help them get qualified as soon as possible. And a big thing as well, can I say to everybody, please make sure that all your new team members, or you yourself, if you haven't yet, have at least signed yourself up as a customer, because it's quite incredible looking on the portal. There's still a lot of zeros. There's a lot of people that come into the business, they haven't even signed themselves up yet. And with everything that's going on right now, it would be a little bit crazy to know about this business and not be a customer. So sort of top tip to all of you, number 1 is go back to your portal tonight, go and find anybody in your team that's sitting there on 0 and make sure you have a conversation with them. I know there's some circumstances with students and other things that can't be customers, but if they possibly can, let's get them on board as soon as possible. Let's help them fix, let's help them see all the benefits, because that will probably spur them on as well. Okay, so we're going to dive straight into our top customer gatherers in top team for August. I was going to say April then, for August. And number 1 on 12 personal customers was Emily. So well done, Emily. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. We're going to come back and hear from you in a second. In second place with 8 customers was Billy. So well done, Billy. Billy's on top of a mountain to join us. So again, we're going to come and hear from Billy, hopefully in a minute, if his internet holds out. And then in third place was Danielle with 7 customers. So well done, Danielle. I know that she's out this evening, but I'm sure she'll be watching this on catch up later. We're going to go down to sort of 6th. So fourth place was Ola on 6 customers. That's fantastic as well. And Ola again sends her apologies. She's working this evening. And then we've got McCougan and Steph on 5 each. So great, well done to them, both new partners as well. So that's fantastic. And then Sam, Emily, and Amina on 4 each. So well done to you guys. So some really nice numbers there. And then there's loads and loads of team members on 1, 2, 3. So as I said, as a team, it was actually our best ever month for customers in August, which is pretty bonkers. So really, you know, thank you all. And considering, well, I've been away for most of August and done absolutely hardly any work. So that's a little bit of a nice motivation for you guys in the future. You know, you get there and your teams do going mad and signing up more than ever before while you're on holiday. I know Jane's been working hard, but Jane was away for a week, 10 days of that as well. So, you know, incredible really to get that in August when so many of us are parents, you know, got kids at home and so much going on. So if that's what happened in August, watch out, hold on to your hats for September is all that I can say, because it's going to be absolutely amazing. So just before we go on to top recruiters, then let's just hear from Emily. Can we go to you first then, Emily? I know I sort of preempted you today. So could you just quickly explain why you started when you started, why you stopped when you stopped, and how you've picked it back up so brilliantly in the last sort of month? Is that all right?
Yeah, of course. So I joined in 2019 under Jodie, and basically really enjoyed it, really loved it, and then had another little one, so going through newborn phase, all a bit tricky, and then kind of let it go again and thought, oh, I'll go back to it when I can, you know. And then I kind of just got to the point and I thought, I'm really sick of doing so many overtime shifts for my nursing and really making nothing. And what am I doing? I've literally got something here. You're an idiot. And I just kicked myself up the bum, really, and thought it's time to get going. And where I'd kind of, what I say, planting seeds and spoken to people, I just thought, no, you've got to just show people now. So I'd say the most thing that I changed was not concentrating on getting appointments in the diary. It was just showing that 10-minute presentation and not worrying about the rest of it. And actually that took the pressure off, and it clearly worked, because August, I've never known anything like it. So I think just taking that bit away of I've got to get the appointments, actually it kind of just naturally did itself, which was great. And then just following those people up and mentioning it all the time seemed to just work, really.
Fantastic. And would you say, have most of those been sort of colleagues at work, neighbours, friends? Where have you sort of been pitched?
Yeah, a lot of them were people that are fairly close to me, friends, and few work colleagues, but I'd taken my time before I'd mentioned it, because I was quite new to the workplace. I thought I don't really want to just come in and all of a sudden so I think because people know me and they trust me, I think that goes a long way in this business, actually.
Yeah, sometimes
people know you wouldn't recommend it unless.
Yeah, no, I think that's true. And we're going to talk a bit about networking tonight. And I think it is so true that you have to bide your time a little bit sometimes, don't you? You know,
it paid off.
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. So no, really well done.
Thank you.
You've got to team leader, was it last month before last, wasn't it? And then you've gone for it really, you know, fantastically since then. So really, really well done. Okay, so Billy on the mountain. So Billy again, sort of started and stopped a little bit, haven't you? But Billy well, I think Emily did 6 customers one day last week, and Billy did 6 customers day before yesterday. So well done, Billy. So tell us again, how did that come about, and what's made a difference to you?
Hi, can you hear me all right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, oh cool. Yeah, so pretty much the same as what Emily was saying. I went back to painting and decorating for a little bit, and which was nice to begin with, but the novelty soon wore off, and I realized, you know, I'm killing myself to earn half the amount I'd earn in an hour doing an appointment. So but same sort of thing as well, in the sense planting lots of seeds, as in not caring too much about getting immediate you know, gratification, even let alone getting paid, and just thinking about the future and knowing that. Well, so I think the main things are obviously the big change is what's happening this month, and we all know for absolute sure that these prices are definitely going through the roof. So therefore, everybody is looking for the cheapest deal, and fortunately, we are now the cheapest. So it's a pretty easy sell. And but yeah, so a lot of the things I did months ago, just constant, or not constant, but consistent social media posts. So, and I always try, and I sort of did a bit of research as well, and I was trying to mix it up with I put a picture of the mountain, go for a nice walk, talk about something nice and positive, nothing to do with bills, and stick on the end something to do with utility warehouse. So just steadily trying to create awareness with people that I know, colleagues, friends, family, and all that. And it's just all paid off. And really the thing was after the paint and decorate, and I thought, right, income's low at the moment, and you know, we're all included in these price hikes, so I'm going to need to find more money. And I thought, what better way to do it? We've got an amazing opportunity. So yeah, just got my head down really, and it really worked in the sense of not being too full on, just letting people know what I do, and all of those people have come to me pretty much.
Amazing.
One of them as well was the customer I was working for with paint and decorating. So fingers crossed it all goes through and I get paid for them all. That'd be nice.
Yeah, well, you will. And I think the churn rate of people leaving is so low at the moment. It's never been like it as well. So that's really good news.
It is,
So,
yeah. I find the one of the biggest hurdles is sort of getting the timing right with people's broadband and other services. If you can nail that, it's again a really easy sell.
Yeah.
When people have still got issues with broadband contracts and things, that could throw a spanner in the works. But even with that, because we've been able to say, here, you're going to save hundreds and hundreds of pounds, so just pay the £300 to get out of the 12 months you've got left with whoever it is, and you know, you're going to save so much more. So I've actually had that with probably 4 of the customers I signed up the other day.
Brilliant.
And it was just able to be confident about giving them a decent projection, and yeah, so all good.
And I think also, remember now, you know, we have got the boiler cover, we have got income protector, you have got other options now to make up that third service if you
that was a really big thing actually, the boiler cover. Everybody was, and I've noticed as well, it's how you approach it. If you've got to have faith in what we do, haven't you? You've got to be able to say confidently that we've got a brilliant boiler cover, we've got amazing broadband. If you use that type of language and you're that positive, people think, oh right, great. If you don't do that, people are going to think, oh, is it that good? So I think again, it's about having faith in the company and our services as well.
It really is, and that's brilliant, Billy. Thank you. And the thing there is, so for the new people, that's obviously harder, isn't it? So you know, for the new people first having those conversations, you haven't got that built-in belief. You haven't yet seen that it works. You haven't seen all the people that it's done well for. So for the new people on here, I know some people today were saying, you know, they're struggling still with friends and family and all that. Both Emily and Billy have both said they've been in the business a little while, you know, they've sown a lot of seeds and it's come back at the right time. So please hang in there. I know, Laura, we had a chat earlier about it as well, and you're still very much in those early stages. And, you know, I remember many of the customers I've signed up in the last year, I first spoke to 10 or 12 years ago, you know, and that is just the way it is. I know Ros has just mentioned that she's had a great record month. Well done, Ros. 8 customers this month, which is amazing. And I bet any money, Ros, they're people that you've sown seeds with ages ago, maybe in some cases. So, you know, you just got to hang on in there. We have said that you don't want to be too much of a secret agent at the moment, because you do want people to know what you do, but that still doesn't mean that they're going to come to you straight away. You know, they're still just getting awareness and getting confidence. So brilliant. Well done, everybody. That's amazing. Does anyone want to recognize anyone in their team for customer gathering before I move on? I think Chris is still driving. Obviously, we can put them all up in the group and whatever. Okay, jump in. Oh yeah,
I'm home. So Amy in my team has introduced 2 customers.
Brilliant. Well done, Amy.
And I've introduced 6, plus I've supported 2.
Brilliant. Well done, Chris. That's really good. Absolutely amazing. Well done, all of you. Yeah, I'm just seeing that Ros has put there. That's all right, Billy. Don't worry. Thank you for staying with us. It's fine that you've got to go. Well done. Sean did 4, 3 yesterday. That's amazing. Barry?
Marie's done very well as well.
Yes.
She's introduced 3 Three
Yeah, well
customers.
done. Yeah, she has. I didn't mention all the threes
So
actually.
10 now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well done, Marie. And she's
Yeah.
really stuck at it, hasn't she? That's brilliant.
Brilliant.
Fantastic, all of you, well done. And then we're just going to move on now to recruiting. So the top recruiter for our top team in August was good old Jane. I know Jane's on here tonight, so well done, Jane. 9 partners again in August. That's absolutely incredible, especially as she had a week in Mexico and quite a few days off. So that's absolutely brilliant. And then in second place was Danielle with 7. So well done, Danielle, if you're watching this later on catch up. Third place was Rob on 6. So well done, Rob. And Rob is on an appointment now. That's why he's not here. But he did say hi to everyone, and we'll grab him at some point soon. And well done to Ray as well. Well done, Ray, for 4 partners in August. I think that's absolutely amazing. Brilliant. And then again, lots of people on 3, lots of people on 1, lots of people on 2. I think all I'm aware of is that I'm recruiting sort of 3 or 4 people consistently the last few months with only very small amount of conversations. I'm not going for it like I was back in sort of March and April, just for various reasons. We've been on holiday and the kids are and all that, but the conversations that I'm having are a much higher conversion rate, is what I would say, from conversations to people joining. And that is going to get more and more as we go through into obviously what's going to be a very difficult time for a lot of people. On that note, just what I remember, so this is very much a message from head office, coming off the meeting I've just been on. Hello, whoever that is who's joined us. Is that Freddie? Oh, I don't know. Whoever Zoom user is, very warm welcome. So yeah, the message from head office is how we all need to be really, really careful in our language, in our social media posts and everything that we share, because of the sensitivity of what we're coming into now, with a lot of people struggling, with energy companies particularly being hauled over the coals for their massive profit margins and all this sort of stuff. So we're going to have to, sadly, curtail a bit our posts of celebration and, look at me, I've just gone on a nice holiday for free and I've just got a nice new car for free and all of that sort of stuff. We're going to have to be a little bit more careful about. You can still obviously carry on posting your lifestyle, because that is your lifestyle, and it's still absolutely okay for people to see that this business has provided and is providing you with a great lifestyle. That's fine, because you've earned that. We've just got to be really careful about what we're perceived from the outside eye as a company. So remember, all of us are ambassadors and representatives of a FTSE 250 company that is doing extremely well in a crisis. And the reason we're doing well is because we're multi-service provider and because us lot are awesome. That's Andrew's words exactly from the call I've just come off. He just said that we've all been incredible. Everyone's going for it. Everyone's really seeing the opportunity. But just before you post anything, before you have any conversations, just be really mindful, all right, about just think about somebody who's feeling absolutely hateful towards their energy company at the moment because they've seen this big profits being seen. So just be very careful about what you post. On the back of that, Amplify is not going to be quite as big an outward celebration as it normally is. It's got to look a bit more like a business conference than just everyone getting pissed and having a nice time. All right, so just when you get communication on those lines from head office, please realize that there is a really good reason behind that, because the last thing we want is bad press at the moment, when actually we've been having some really good press, and we are the good guys, we are the ones helping people, we are really doing what we can. So it's really important that we keep that way. Any questions, or anyone's got anything about that, please feel free to message me privately, or we can have a chat about it if you're not sure. So if you're not sure, you put a post, you're not sure whether it's on the right lines or whatever, feel free to ping it over to me, and I'm happy to have a look and see what I think. Not that I know everything, but I'll give you my opinion anyway and see if we think that that's okay. Right, so what I promised to cover a little bit tonight is just some top tips really, and some ideas for how to make September absolutely our best month ever. September has a real back to school sort of feel about it, doesn't it? I think for a lot of people, back to school, back to work, a lot of people that have been having a bit of an easy summer, sort of as soon as the kids go back to school, it's a bit head down and let's work. So that's one reason that people, and also I know still from the past that a lot of people you've been trying to pin down for appointments, even though they know there's a bit of urgency, they've still been busy with kids and holidays and everything else. So there's a lot of people that will actually say, right now in September, I'm going to do it. Roll on Monday, Amy said, kids back to school. So there's lots of reasons why September should be busier than August. And also, obviously, we're getting closer to that price cap. So all of those people that have been putting their head in the sand will be getting bills through or letters through from their energy providers over the next 2 weeks, telling them what they're going to be paying from October the 1st. And they are going to be going nuts because the increase is just ridiculous. So there, you know, we've just got to keep trying to chat to as many people as we can. Also, September and January are the 2 biggest months for recruitment. And that's in the world generally, not necessarily in network marketing, not necessarily utility warehouse. They just are. September and January are the 2 biggest months for change. So bear that in mind as well. All right, so you are going to see more people looking to change and looking to earn some extra income. So just a few little things I was going to talk about. First of all, when people say they haven't got anyone to talk to or they can't get appointments in their diary, we know there's millions of people out there. And just, I've been chatting to a lot of people this week because I'm interviewing a few people in one of the power sessions at Amplify on Saturday afternoon. And it's been great just hearing about their conversations and hearing about how they've been getting so many appointments in their diary. So just a little example, I've put number 1 section. So just write down, if you're taking notes, just write down out and about random people that you're just going to come into contact with on a daily basis, because all of those people will have energy prices and cost of living prices at the top of their minds now. All right, they really will. So just an example, you're at the checkout, you've got a checkout lady you're chatting to, you're packing up your shopping. And this is just a real example of someone that did this the other day. So how long have you got left on your shift? This is just a conversation starter. They say whatever it is. Oh, that's great. Chat. So do you really love working here? So some people might say yes, to that. If they're sitting at the checkout, they might be very happy working there. A lot of people would probably say, you got to be joking, or they'll give you a laugh, or they'll say, yeah, I wish, or whatever. Even if they say, I love it here, you can simply say something like, and is this your only source of income? And you can keep the conversation going. But what you're going to try and get to is to be a little bit braver about having those quick conversations and just saying something on the lines of, I'm recruiting for my business at the moment, and we're always looking for friendly, helpful people like yourself. Companies expanding rapidly at the moment. I just wondered, if I give you my card, if you drop me a text, I can just send you across a little bit more information. Would that be okay? All right. Or pass it on to anyone you know who is looking for some extra income at the moment. That's a really easy conversation. It really, most checkout people are going to have a chat with you. Obviously, if they're a right miserable bugger, don't worry about it. You don't need to say anything. But if they're being smiley and chatty and everything else, then just have a conversation. And just make sure then that you're prepared, that you have got some cards on you, you have got your contact details on you so that you can give them out. I know some really brave people will pass their phone over and say, pop your number in there and I'll get back to you. Practically speaking, if someone's at the checkout and they're serving you, that might not be appropriate, especially if their supervisor's standing behind them or something like that. But you can give them a card and just say, here's my number, just drop me a quick text. I've got your name, June, or whatever it is. And then I'll, if it's okay, I'll send you over some information. So you can do that with anyone that's serving you in any shop ever. The other thing about being in the checkout queue, of course, is a really good idea to top up your cashback card just before you pay, and to have your cashback card somewhere you can show them next to a business card as well. So you will quite likely get a chance to not only speak to the person who's serving you, but the person next to you in the queue, because you can just say quite simply, oh, I'm just topping up this card because I get 3% back here, or I get 1% off here, or whatever it is. All right, so you're just sowing seeds. And again, all you need to say is, look, there's my card. If you want to find out a bit more, just drop me a text and we can have a chat. All right, so make sure you're tooled up when you go out and about, that you've got some cards, you've got something with your name on, that's something that you can give out to people. So that could be anyone, couldn't it? It could be a waitress in a restaurant, could be, someone behind the bar, could be anyone that's serving you in a shop, anyone that you're chatting to in a queue, anywhere you like. You've got to just start to think that the business is there at the front of your mind, and there's people everywhere that want to hear from you. Another one I think we really need to step up our conversations with is business owners. All right, so the cafe owner, the hairdresser salon owner, anyone that owns a business at the moment, because have you seen the commercial energy rates? Oh my goodness. So through Full Power, a customer I put through the other day, they were on 27 pence per kilowatt. The cheapest on a 3-year fixed is 81 pence per kilowatt. The one on a 1 year was 99 pence per kilowatt. So that's nearly 4 times what they've been paying. So there's going to be a lot of businesses. Now, I know we can't do business energy. I'm not even talking about them being customers at this point. I'm talking about you having that conversation that says something along those, are you worried about the rising costs and how that's going to affect your business? And they're probably going to say yes. And then you could say, just would you be interested in an extra income stream that doesn't affect you also running this, that might just bridge the gap and help you pay those bills? All right, and show them the business. Because especially somewhere with customers, you know, if I ran a hairdressing salon and I found out a great way I could also help all my customers by helping them with the situation and also help myself as well, I think I'd be very happy to have some cards on the counter or a quick little chat with somebody. So, you know, just think outside the box everywhere you go in. Would it be okay to send you some info is a really nice thing. And then what you send them is up to you. It could be a story. You could send them a UW story, just to give you an example of how this works. You could send them the website, or what I would probably do is invite them along to one of our live ops if they can, and just say, why don't you come along to this presentation? And, you know, and sorry, who's that in the chat? Just put something nice in the chat. I can't see what it is. Let me just see. Roz, do you want to share that, what you said? Just share it out loud, because not everyone will be able to read it that quickly.
Yeah, I just had a conversation the other day and I said, you know, what an amazing summer it's been. Do you think we'll get a winter like we did after the drought of 76? Because we were on Exmoor and we had to have helicopter drops. We were snowed in for 7 weeks. And they said, oh my God, I hope not, with the cost of heating like that. Natural conversation, we can help you with that one. And they became a customer.
Brilliant. There we go. Amazing, Roz. And it's, you know, it's about being natural, like Billy was saying earlier, isn't it? It's not about hard sell. Same as Emily was saying, it's just having those conversations.
Yeah.
Just, you know, that's something I might be able to help you with. So that's brilliant. Well done. So that's section number 1. Section number 2, of course, is your existing network, your friends, your family, your contacts in your phone, you know, the people that you actually know, the people that we hide from a lot of the time because we want to talk to everyone we don't know. We don't really want to talk to those we do know because of that awful thing called rejection. Well, guess what? Doesn't matter. They're not going to come and pay your bills if you don't. And actually, all you're doing is trying to help them. So, you know, don't be scared of the rejection. If they say no, you know, it's a no to whatever you're offering, isn't it? It's not a no to you. And it's really important that we share it. So just a sort of quick script again to go back to them, just really simple. Hi, how are you? Listen, the reason I called is I really want to show you what I'm doing now to earn an extra income, as I think you will love it. Even if it's not for you, I'm sure you'll know some other people I can help. How soon can we grab 10 minutes so I can show you? All right, so how simple is that? You know, hi, how are you? Listen, the reason I'm calling, so don't, you know, go around the bush trying to pretend that you're ringing up just for a chat. Go straight in. I love that. The reason I'm calling is, and you could say the reason I'm calling is I want to check, are you on a fixed or variable tariff at the moment? You know, the reason I'm calling is because I'm recruiting some people for my home-based business and I thought of you and I thought you'd be brilliant. All right, so whatever it is, go, you know, the reason I'm calling is, and try and say it. And I promise you, picking up the phone and speaking to people will give you a 90% better return on your time than just sending messages. Now, I know sending messages seems like the nice way and the easy way, and it is the easy way out because it's easy to do, but it's very easy for them to ignore. All right, they need to hear the passion in your voice, and they need to, you know, it's much easier to book an appointment in if you're having a conversation because you can get it sorted there and then. So try and be brave and pick up that phone and make those calls, because there's never been a time actually when they are probably going to be so grateful that you did. And I always look back and I'm so grateful to that person, Andrew, that sent me that email 13 years ago. You know, he didn't know me. He sent me an email and I'm so grateful that he did. So remember that, who's doing who the favor. If they say, what's it all about? You can just say it's about helping people with the cost of living crisis. I'll show you when we get together. All right. So just be really direct about it. So I've just put there, I'm just curious, are you on a fixed or variable tariff or anything like that? But, you know, we need to talk. I need to show you as soon as we can, or we need to get together as soon as possible. Just that little bit of sense of urgency would be really good. So number 3 way, again, if you want to get you're reaching out to people, you've got a bit of time, is, you know, neighbour letters or flyers through people's doors. I think, again, right now is probably the best time we've ever had for doing that. I know that Laura just popped some leaflets on her gate and she had a neighbour that's picked one up and you got an appointment next Monday, haven't you, Laura, with him?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So just tell us, what did you do and how did that go?
Well, I stuck I don't know what you call it, a display thing on my front gate. We're on quite a busy road here, so a few people I've seen have picked some leaflets up, and then so one's been in touch for an appointment. I've been doing lots of neighbour letters as well, mixing things up a bit, and with the children as well have been out, and the husband delivering hundreds and hundreds of flyers. I bought 1,000 altogether.
Well done. Well done. No, that's great. And obviously with the neighbour letters, the best thing to do is follow them up if you can, and just knock on the door, say, I put one of these through a couple of days ago, did you see it? And you can just say something along the lines of, I live locally, I'm helping people fix their energy and tackle the cost of living crisis at the moment. All I'm here for today is just to book a short appointment when it's convenient so I can show you how it works. All right, so that's just a very simple neighbour letter follow-up script for you. I will try and type these up for you all in the group, but obviously you can listen back to this training as well if you just want to jump through to the scripts bit, because I know that it's a bit fast and furious. But again, neighbour letters is going to be really good, but think outside the box. Now, where else could you put leaflets, cards, a little sign up? When I first joined the business, we used to go around all the chip shops and ask them if we could put a few cards on the top, and we used to put Win a Mini boxes for people to fill in while they're waiting for their takeaway, Win a Mini forms and things like that. So just really think. I know, I was going to say doctor's surgeries, but you're not allowed in, are you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Rob had a great idea yesterday, which he's going to do, and I'm going to do it as well.
Yeah.
He's going to go and to the car parks outside gyms, sports centres and stuff, and put them under the windscreen, on the windscreen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because obviously, generally speaking, that's people that have got money, that are worried, they've got, and it's a great way of just sharing out the leaflets.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't remember where we did that. Somewhere we put, it might be just at Car Boots house. I remember us putting hundreds out one day, but yeah, absolutely. And, just like I said, think outside the box. Some of those flyers aren't expensive, and you are just sowing seeds, aren't you? You're just out there, just scattering the message, and there's something about the law of attraction and the universe that the more activity you put in with things like that, the more stuff does come back to you. It's like the slight edge daily actions. I tell you what else we used to do is put our cards on the cash point machines. When people are drawing out money, you could have a little card there that says, want to save some money, want to earn some money. I know John Holden's had his adverts on roundabouts. I don't know how he's done that, but looking to earn an extra income. Just think. Where can you put a little post-it up? Supermarkets sometimes have the boards, don't they? People looking for work and things like that. So just think about how you can reach out to people, because now is the time, definitely. So that's number 3. Number 4 is networking. And again, there's lots of different types of networking. Networking could just be your informal networking with any social events that you go to. Could be just, chatting to people around your football pitch while your son's playing football or whatever, or it could be more structured. And again, I would suggest that if you can find a networking group at the moment that haven't got too many UW people in, or any UW people in, now would be a really good time to be in one of those groups. Now, there's either the very informal type, as I said, of networking, either you pay just for the meeting, or it might just be online, chatting to people. But I've recently joined BNI, which is quite a big financial commitment. However, in BNI, there is only one person, you only have one seat, for your business, and everyone has to bring referrals every week. And 3 of the people already in that chapter were actively looking for a UW person, because we are the easiest people to refer to, aren't we, at the moment? Because you can refer us to anyone. So it hasn't actually got up and going. It's a new group, so we haven't started yet. But I've already had a meeting with the mortgage advisor, and he's basically going to recommend me to everyone that he does a mortgage for. So think about that. Sometimes it is worth investing a bit if you're going to get some sort of almost guaranteed return on some good value customers. So just perhaps think about that as well. Good. Right. So September, we are on the 1st of September. So when we do our normal weekly meetings, what we do is what's called PIGS. So PIGS. So that's your personal customers, the amounts of team members you've got in your team, is the I, the G is group customers, and the S is for services. So can I suggest that you all have a look at the portal, if you don't know, and write down your PIGS number in your diary or in your phone, or wherever you keep your records, for today, for September the 1st. And then think about, what do you want to set your September goal at? How many personal customers would you like to bring in September? How many team members would you like to bring in, not only personally, but as a result of supporting and mentoring your team? How many group customers would you like? Obviously, there's certain things you can really control, and there's certain things that are a little bit out of your control with what your team do. But if you think every day, how can I move that number up? You know, can I bring in a customer or partner? Can I help and support someone in my team? Can I go back to somebody in the team already who hasn't been doing anything and see if I can help them get going? You know, please, if you've got a team of anyone on the portal at the moment that isn't doing anything, go back to them again. You know, go back to them again now and just say that now is a brilliant time. Andrew is bouncing. Andrew Lindsay, our CEO, you know, on the call tonight. He is, his goal of that 1 million customers over the next 4 to 5 years, he can see it, he can taste it. He's very, very excited. So if you can just go back to people with a little bit of that excitement and say, you know, I know it hasn't worked for you in the past. I'm sorry if I didn't help you as I should have done, you know, to get going, but I'm here now. Things have changed. We've got a real sense of urgency about the business now, and see if you can get them going again. So set yourself a goal, write down your pigs, work out, you know, block out your time in your diary. When can I fit in my UW appointments? Do at least 3 a week consistently, because that will make you some money. That will make you some money and build you a team. 3 appointments at least a week. I know some of you are doing that a day. Now that's fantastic, but just make sure that it's not all peaks and troughs, you know, so don't blast like mad, wear yourself out, burn yourself out, and then don't do anything. Just try and get yourself into a consistent level of activity that suits you, your family, and your lifestyle, so that you don't burn yourself out. Because I know that's easy to do, particularly at a time like this. You know, make some boundaries. I've still got quite clear boundaries. I'm not working all night every night doing supported appointments and things. You know, because I've got the kids, I've got the family, and you need to do that. And you don't need to work ridiculously hard. You've just got to be consistent about getting those appointments in your diary on a regular basis, and you'll do absolutely fine. Good. So I have heard some lovely announcements that are coming at Amplify, which is going to help everybody, as they always do, and going to help new team members get cracking quicker and be better rewarded for doing so, and for us as recruiters helping them get going quicker. That's all I can say. Go to Amplify and find out the rest if you are going next weekend. For those that aren't going to Amplify, our next team meeting will be on the Monday after Amplify. So that is Monday the 12th of September. All right, so I thought I'd do a team meeting. So I'm not going to do one next Monday. So it'll be Monday the 12th of September, same time, 7 o'clock. And that will be as a really good recap of the announcements at Amplify. And then we can really make a plan to make the most of those, if that's okay with everyone. And I'm just going to talk a little bit, because again, this is after a conversation with Laura earlier about actually, once you've got your appointment, how to steer it to really help people fix their prices, take the 3 services necessary, and get over the line. So what I've been saying to people really is, right at the beginning of the appointment, right at the beginning of the presentation, is obviously the important thing about today is for me to help you fix your price because of what's happening with the energy prices over the next year. In order to do that, we need to take 3 services. So say it right at the beginning of the appointment. So when you're then going through the presentation and you're talking about all the different services, the person is already thinking, which 3 shall I have? All right, this is way before you've got in to show them the horrific prices that they're going to pay. This is way before that. They're just thinking, what 3 services can I take? And then when you get to the first page on join the club, just say it again. So these are the 4 services. We need to make sure you take at least 3 because we're going to want to fix your energy. Which 3 is the best for you? And you can just have a little chat about their situation. Because like Billy said, not everyone can do internet. You know, they might just be in a brand new contract. But if they're a homeowner, the boiler cover is a really attractive service. You know, it covers a lot of things for £18 a month. And that £18 a month is going to save them hundreds and hundreds of pounds if they fix their energy, even though our prices still look very scary. Have you all seen the witch calculator that Chris very kindly shared in the group the other day? If you haven't, go back in and have a look in the WhatsApp group, or I'll reshare it, because I think that tool is amazing. If you're with a customer and you look at their bill and you see what they're currently paying a month on variable, and you just get it up on your phone and you put that in. Even if they're online, you can do it. You can put their monthly into that Which calculator, and you can see, you can show them then, this is what the projection of what you're going to be paying is. And then when you do our fixed price on the screen, it will look much more attractive. If you do the fixed price first against the variable and they haven't seen in black and white what they're going to be paying, they'll be like, oh my goodness, that's just ridiculous. Does that make sense, everyone? Do you understand what I mean? So show them the bad news first and then do the quote for us on the variable and the fixed, and obviously let them choose. Obviously it's their decision. We can't make them fix at all. But I still think it's about £1,000 over the next 12 months on a standard, on a medium house with us if they fix rather than not. Very few people around who are mains gas. So it is still an option, Ros, because they still get all the other services. They won't get their boiler cover, but they'll still get electrics, locks, roofing, pests and all that stuff. Yeah, so just bear that in mind, because actually still for £18, that's still worth it if you work out what they're going to save if they fix. So if they can't do another service, the boiler cover probably is still, it's better to do the boiler cover than to do the sim and just stick it in the drawer like we used to say, because they actually do get some value out of the boiler cover, which they won't out the sim. Right, okay, so does anybody, okay, today 896, yesterday 1140. Yes, changing all the time. That's the fixed, was it, Chris? Was that the savings on a just unmute yourself? You're still muted.
Yeah, so that was the energy saving yesterday with a customer and today with a customer.
That's a lot of money, isn't it?
It is.
And it's still terrifying for people. The other thing is when people say about, oh, the government have got to do something, you know, and whatever, which a lot of people are saying, if the government do something, it's going to come like the one that they're doing at the moment, the cost of living crisis payment or whatever, if that's what it's called, I'm not sure. There's two, isn't there? There's one that's being paid direct into people's accounts if they're on tax credits or universal credit, which I think is being paid this month, and then again in March. There's also the monthly amount that's coming off people's bills via their energy provider, which starts on the 1st of October. So that's how the government are helping. They're helping through the utility providers. They're not helping by stopping the price increase happening. Does that make sense? So it doesn't actually matter still whether they fix or not. They're still going to get that benefit if that comes through as a credit off their bill. They're still going to get that, but they're still going to end up paying less overall than if they carry on down the variable route. Okay, anyone got any questions or anything they would like to chip in, add, share, anything at all? Now we've got people from all over. Let's just have a little look. Jane, we haven't heard very much from you, and as top recruiter, I feel that we should. So Jane, how do you feel people are when you're having those conversations at the moment compared to sort of a year ago?
Oh, completely different ball game. People are, I mean, just from my perspective, people that I was speaking to a year ago that weren't interested, people through the lockdown that weren't interested, because obviously, yeah, we were all told we were going into lockdown for 3 months and then the world would go back to normal, and that obviously hasn't happened. So yeah, the people right now are a lot more open. They've got, due to lockdown, yeah, like people are more open to working from home. It's not such a weird thing anymore because a lot of people have done it. The fact that they've done it, they want to keep doing it. So they don't want to go back to the rat race. They want to find something that they can do around their family, you know, have more time to themselves. Yeah, and like you, I'm not having to go through a presentation. You literally just have a chat with them. And they're open to, obviously, also just economically, you know, people are needing to earn more money. And this is a no-brainer. Yeah, like the whole country is either looking to save money or earn money, and that happens to be the two things we can offer everybody.
Yeah.
Right? And all we've got to do is tell them.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. And you know, you're still going to get people that join. Like I've said before, paying the £10 doesn't mean they're in, you know, and that's where we've got to get really good at building those relationships quickly and showing them, you know, showing them the way. And something that's coming at Amplify, I think, will make that first month a little bit easier or a little bit more exciting for the new person, which is really good. And that's what we need. You know, that we need to show them money, don't we? So when someone joins, they need to see money as quickly as possible. That's the most important thing. And as soon as they've seen money coming into their bank, then they know it's true, it's a real thing, and you know, then they'll keep going. So quite often, bringing the new partner in, supporting and mentoring them, and getting them through to their first commission payment is really the hardest bit of the work. So it's not the recruiting them. Those conversations should be easy. People should be coming in easily, and then it's about really rolling up your sleeves, working with that person. And you know, some of you on the call are those people. You're new in the business, and we are here 100% to help you, you know, make some money, because that's probably why you joined. And then you'll realize all the other good things about the business as well, which are secondary, but as good as good as the money, which will come down the line later. Fantastic. So just give me a wave if you are going to Amplify and you've got your tickets and you're going to be there at the weekend. How many have we got? Yeah, quite a few of you. Well done, well done. And I think tickets are still on sale for Sunday, so if you can get there on Sunday, then do. It will be well worth it. There is nothing quite like hearing it from the horse's mouth, I think, you know, in the room, and feeling the energy of all the partners, because while we're saying it's not going to be quite such a mad party, it will be, of course, because they can't calm us all down when we're together. It's still going to be a very energetic, brilliant day. So really looking forward to that. And, you know, well done, everyone. You know where we are. If you need any help, please give a shout. We don't know you're struggling unless you tell us. And that was really good. I can't remember, a couple of people in the group, haven't they, this week, have just put little things in there to say they're finding it difficult. And that's brilliant. So if you're finding something difficult, please share it, because then we, you know, the experienced people in here can help you through that. But if we don't know, that we can't. So ask for help, don't struggle. And I'm excited. I think we're all in for an amazing sort of last quarter of this year. So from September now through to the end of the year, we're going to have one very big promotion in the team soon, aren't we, Jane? We're going to do it. We're going to do it, which is going to be really exciting and very well deserved. And all of you, you know, are on the cusp of your next, your next promotion. Oh, well done, Ros. So Ros saying she can get a lift up on Saturday, back on Sunday to Taunton area if anyone wants to. Amazing. Brilliant. All right. So thanks for joining me, everyone. I hope that's been useful. Quite a lot crammed in there. But lovely to see you all. Onwards and upwards. Looking forward to seeing lots of you at the weekend. And those that can't make it, let's see you here on the 12th, 7 o'clock, and we can give you a really good recap. All right, so take care, everyone, and I will speak to you all soon.
Thanks, Celia. Wonderful.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye. Thank you. Bye.